Why, hello and welcome everybody. It is Pohx again. Let me just check to make sure that this is working. Alright, then you guys are good. So it feels like it's been a really long time since I last spoke to you guys, even though it really wasn't. And the reason why is I went camping, man. So I will say that about halfway in this video, I will show some content of myself. It may be a little lewd. It involves feet. So I just letting you guys know. But yeah, it feels like it's been so long. I went on my first camping trip yesterday, and it was really cool. It was, I don't know exactly where it was. If I remember, if I get the information, I can put it in the description. But it was like an hour away from Dallas. I don't know specifically where. It wasn't like real camping. It was like designated camping. Like there was like two lakes, and then you have like your own little area around the lake. But there was still a bunch of fucking mosquitoes and stuff, and you had your own fire pit, and there was a little picnic table. But it was cool, man. Got to make some like actual authentic s'mores. That was really fun. I didn't realize that marshmallows catch on fire really fast, so that was really cool. I got to swim in a lake for the first time. Yeah, the first time actually swimming a lake. I've fallen in a canal before. I don't think that really counts. I mean, actually, maybe it's my second time, but it was my first time actually being free in a lake, and it looked so cool because normally when you're out swimming and stuff, you have like a barrier. Whether your barrier is like a body of ocean or your barrier is like concrete or something, there's no barrier here. It's just the water, the lake, and then the buoys. And then you have like vegetation and like forest, and that's it. Like you can just swim to the forest and get out. Like I almost felt like I was playing Minecraft and I was in like a jungle biome because it just looked really cool. It's like because usually everything's like super man-made. Even though the lake was man-made, it was literally just like water, vegetation, and that's it. It was cool, man. So everything was pretty cool. We got to, make some food on the fire. Campfire food is pretty good. Made me fart a lot. I don't know why. I don't know if smoke does that to you. I learned that never bitch about the fire, because if you do, it blows smoke in your face. And I didn't realize that smoke in your eyes hurts really, really, really bad. Hurts really bad. I now realize why people suffocate during a fire in their house, because I don't even know how I could navigate with that much smoke. I really don't. Like, I feel so bad for people, because, like, now I'm slowly learning things that smoke in your eyes hurts really, really fucking bad. Even if it's in there for, like, 2 seconds, you start tearing up and shit. So that was pretty nuts. Anyway, though, it wouldn't really be a story if I was telling it if something bad didn't happen. Or not bad didn't happen, but if I didn't play a role in it or do something stupid. So, I've watched a lot of, there's a little backstory, I watch a lot of this show. It's called Naked and Afraid. Where basically you have two survival experts, one man, one woman, are stuck on a island or wherever they get thrown to, some fucked up remote location with a camera crew that does not interfere with anything. And they're stuck there for 21 days with no food, no water, no clothes. They can only bring one item, whether it's like a fire starter or usually it's a fire starter and a machete. And anyway, they have to face all this shit. The only time like experts will come in, like a medical team will come in, is if there's like something wrong, or like if they have infection from like drinking unsanitized water or some other shit. Like there's one episode where like there was this poisonous tree sap and it like burns your skin. But anyway, so I was like, damn. And they always complain every night. Like every single person except for a few complain about mosquitoes and shit. Like they say like the worst part about Naked and Afraid is like the nighttime, because when you're trying to sleep and you just have bugs all over you, you're scared of all the shit around you. And I never really understood it, because like I've never been experienced like this. I mean, here I am, a kid that just plays online games all day. I go outside and swim, but everything is so civilized. I think that's the right term. And even though the place I was camping is civilized, I've got a couple stories. So here we go. It came to setting up the tents, and they were like, oh, Pohx, you want a tent? And I'm like, nah. I'm like, I got this. So it was me in a sleeping bag. They're like, are you sure? And I'm like, I'm just going to sleep under the stars tonight. I'm like, it's all good. I'm going to sleep under the stars. And they're like, okay. And nightfall came. I think it was like around 9 o'clock. 8:30, 9 o'clock or so. The sun started to set. I think it was 9. And I slept on top of a picnic table, because I wasn't going to sleep on the floor. That's where all the shit is. So I put my sleeping bag. And I'm okay. I can sleep in... I can make myself comfortable. That's not hard for me. I've slept on the floor numerous times. I've slept standing up. That was a weird one. So I wasn't really it wasn't Like, the material was not the issue. You know, I had a sleeping bag, and I had a sleeping bag, and I had a pillow. And that's it. So, I lay my sleeping bag out. You know, I get inside, and I lay down, and I start looking at the stars. I'm like, wow. I'm like, everything is so great. And, let me tell you guys a story. Another story. Off topic. You know how they say, like, a genius, depending on them, can learn a language in, like, a week? Well, I learned a language in 9 hours. The language is called bzz. Alright? You have bzz, which means fuck. You have bzz, meaning fuck you, I'm gonna get closer. Then you have bzz, which means I'm gonna fucking bite you. And then you have bzz, which means get the fuck away. So that's the language I learned last night. Which basically means that every 30 seconds something flew through my ear. So I was like, well, fuck. So I took my hair and I put it like a little, like a plug, and I just plugged my ears with my hair. And I was like, oh, that feels a lot better. And then the bzz turned into actual biting. So then my face started getting bit. So I was like, okay, I'm like, I can do this. So I went inside my sleeping bag, and I covered like everything, and I made it so that the hole where I was breathing from was facing down. So I'm on the picnic table, and like the breathing hole is like down here. So logically a fly probably wouldn't go like that, right? And that was true. No flies were doing that. The problem is when you're camping in the summertime in Texas, it gets really hot. And when you're in a sleeping bag where all the warmth is not going anywhere, you get really sweaty. Really. I'm not talking about like baby sweating. I'm talking about like fucking every 2 seconds you feel a drop of sweat fall from your thigh, and you're just like, holy fuck. So like I kept flapping the sleeping bag open to get air in like every 20 seconds, because I didn't zip it up. I was just laying in it. And I was just like, this is too much. So I kept trying to stick my face out. And anytime I would stick my face out, I'd get bit by either a mosquito, or a fucking wasp was trying to bite me, or a bee was trying to bite me. So I'm just like, fuck. So anyway, I'm like, all right, mind over matter. I'm like, they're just bites. I'm like, they're not going to do anything to me. It's just bugs. So I got back out, and I was laying down again. It was my favorite position. I like laying on my back like this, and I fall asleep just like this. And I look up, and I was sleeping under a tree, which was a big fucking mistake, because there was like 3 spiders that came down from the tree to inspect me. I don't know what they were doing. You know how they make their little webs and they come down? So they're just looking at me, and I have arachnophobia. One of the spiders ended up falling. I don't know if it fell on my forehead or my hair, but I freaked the fuck out. Forgot I was on a picnic table and like spazzed and fell off the fucking picnic table. And I was like, oh my fucking god. So I'm like, alright, I'm just gonna go walk. I'm like, alright, so we get up. I start walking, and my feet kind of hurt, but I didn't really know what happened at the time. So anyway, I keep on walking and walking and walking. I'm just chilling. And I go over to the bathroom, and I just, you know, I'm just like, alright, we can do this. It's only been 15 minutes. I've got about 9 to 10 hours to go. It's okay. So I go back. I try it again. Fucking nothing's happening. I also forgot to mention that there are cicadas, which are kind of like crickets, except they're more obnoxious. And there's hundreds, if not thousands of them just chirping. So it's so loud. This repeated for like a good 2 hours of me basically fighting the mosquitoes, of trying to just sip air and trying to be cool. And I was going like mentally fucking bonkers. You know, I'm usually really good with isolation, but when you're isolated with fucking animals that you can't talk to that are trying to bite you, it was so fucking nerve-wracking and frustrating. There was nothing I could do to make myself sleep. Like, I literally got up every 20 minutes to just walk the sweat off, fucking get away from the mosquitoes, you know, go run on the fucking road. And this repeated for 9 hours. When I finally, at one point in time, I did doze off, and I woke up, and my whole face was numb here. Have you ever went to the dentist and you got like Novocaine because they had to do a cavity? That's what it felt like, because the bugs, I don't know if there's the mosquitoes, the flies, or the gnats, bit all around my face, and this was all numb for like 2 hours. I was like, I can't feel my face. It's all numb. I went through phases where I slept like this. So my whole arm was just bit. I don't know why it's not there. I don't know if I have like a really high resistance towards them. But usually mosquito bites only stay. I guess there's mosquitoes and gnats and flies. I don't really know the difference between all of them. But one of them, they bite you and it stays. For me, there's other ones that bite you and they're not. They go away after like 6 hours or something. Anyway, I finally, you know, make it till morning, and it was like it was one of the hardest nights that I've ever went through of my life, but I wasn't mad about it. I wanted to put myself through it to see what it was like. And I had one of the best nights when I slept in my bed because I wanted to appreciate. You know, it's really, I have a really bad habit of not appreciating what I have at the time until I lose it. And I don't want to lose it if I don't have to lose it. So I kind of wanted to put myself through this to see what it's like for other people. And, you know, I'm kind of silly like that, but, you know, I felt really good after it. No, I really didn't. I was really sore and shit. But anyway, I don't want to go into too much graphic detail, but I was like breaking as a person. It was intense, man. Like, I'm not fit for that, but I mean, I'll definitely go camping again. I'll just be in a tent this time. I'm sure it'll be much better. But I want to show you guys my feet because I got torn up by fire ants, and I am one of the few things I'm allergic to. I am insanely allergic to fire ants. Now, there's white shit on my feet because I missed. No, I'm just kidding. It's this lotion I put. I don't know what it is. I forgot what it's called. But it's supposed to reduce the swelling. It has not done anything. Most things I try to put on my ant bites don't do anything. So I'm going to show you one foot. Now, I'm sorry my feet look like feet, so I do apologize, guys. But so here's one foot. This one I was bit. I can't show you. Fuck, it's really hard to do this. One second. Let's try this again. Okay. I was bit right there. You can see that toe is really fat. The middle toe on the left side, the one that has a little dirt in the nail, is like pushing away the other toes, and I can't move it. It hurts so much I can't move it. I was bit on the left side and the right side and right on top. And it might not look swollen, but it's super fucking swollen. I just don't know how to show you. The other foot should be really obvious at where I was bit and how much I'm swelling because I can't even put pressure on the foot. So here's the other foot. This one should look much more fat than the other one. I was bit all over the top of my foot and it looks like a fucking sausage. I'll try to put my feet up to compare. Maybe they both just look fat. Maybe I'm just... No, there's an obvious difference there. So that one, I literally I can't walk on it. It doesn't work. It hurts. It hurts really bad. This whole top section was bit. That's where like the main source of the bite is, that little fucking pus bubble. But I was bit numerous times. And it's so swollen. It's like, there's like the side of it. It's so fat. It's so fat. There's some anal lube that I'm going to use on it later. I mean, what? So that was the worst part of the trip, was getting just destroyed by fire ants. But that's what happens when you don't sleep in a tent, boys. Actually, I realized, I don't know if I got bit during or if I got bit like right before. You know how there's like a random string that hangs down from shit sometimes? A colony of fire ants decided to climb their way up the string and go into the sleeping bag, and they were very upset. But yeah, so that was my experience camping. Overall, though, it was really fun. It was exhilarating. It was cool. It was a nice change of everything because I realized a couple things that were really cool. Whereas I do have a lot of common sense, so a lot of the common sense stuff I try to do worked. I realized it's really hard to start a fire without like a proper tinder. I don't know what the word is. A proper like thing to a flint. What is it called? Like the little shit you light on fire to like. A starter? A proper... I can't think... A thing that catches on fire easily. Fuck. I can't... I don't know what the word is. But anyway, so that was a really fun experience. You know, going out every so often is a good change of everything. The gamer who goes camping, Kappa. But I realized I do bring some skills to a group, like cooking. I'm great at cooking. You know, when you're on a fire, either you're boiling something or you can cook with foil. And foil works really easily. You just foil on the coals and you put all your shit in it and close it up and you can cook. And that's how I cooked my chicken here. So it worked out really well. Turned out surprisingly good with just salt and pepper and veggies and chicken. So anyway, though, I'm going to have to catch you guys later. I do have a PoE build coming up for you guys if you want a sneak peek of it. Also, I might look into Cabal 2. Cabal 2 looked like it was pretty cool, but I do have a character here that's really weak right now. It's got a lot of fine-tuning to do, but just a sneak peek. It's level 69. It has no HP because I'm still changing stuff up. It's a budget build that uses Twizzle Wands. That's it. Just Twizzles. So that is the character to show you guys. Budget Wander. Can also be turned into Elemental very quickly. But anyway, that's for another day. So that's pretty much what I wanted to run down to you guys. Hope you guys had a wonderful time. Hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. And I will see you guys all tomorrow. Take care, everybody.